Cozy games have come out of nowhere recently. We went from a handful of titles to what seems to be a new game every week. There's even a specific presentation that is solely for showing off wholesome cozy games. We just had one a few weeks ago with over 70 games announced. 70. And like none of them have combat, maybe like 2. We never used to have so many options to pick from. We were limited to Harvest Moon, Animal Crossing, The Sims, and like SimCity. The industry was mostly full of combat-heavy, adrenaline-inducing gameplay, rather than something that you can just play and relax your night away. Very few were brave or creative to come up with mechanics that are interesting enough to keep a player invested without the excitement of boss battles and quick strategy decisions. Instead, we're invested in planting crops, fishing, finishing tasks, and just decorating to our heart's content. Why do we enjoy this tediousness? On paper, these games sound lame. You play The Sims in your free time off work so you can make your sim go to work. Life isn't always a fun experience, so why do we play games about life? The tediousness doesn't sound like fun. It's one of the worst parts of living. I hate doing the dishes, but give me a dishes cleaning minigame and I'll be the happiest girl on the planet. The more life sim mechanics a cozy game has, the better for me. Cooking, it's always a chore. Unless you need it to earn extra XP whenever you do anything else in the game, then I'm gonna cook Impalia every day. It's necessary and it's fun. Maybe we like these games because we can live our ideal life, or maybe even a little bit of a fantasy life. I don't have a pet dragon in real life, but I'm sure as heck gonna have one in Palia. There's something about checking off items from a list and being productive, even in video games. Everything about it is satisfying. It scratches an itch. We can live in these incredible worlds, but pretend like we're getting something done at the same time, because we're still putting off all of our real life responsibilities to make our sim go pee. One cozy game I love to play is Cozy Grove, who is also the sponsor of today's video. Cozy Grove Camp Spirit is releasing in the Netflix app. It is everything you love about the first game, but so much more. You start off in a bland, colorless island where your goal is to bring back light to the area through questing and fulfilling requests for your ghostly pals. It is your job to show them kindness and solve all of their problems while they reward you with more wood to continuously increase the reach of your fire and unlock more of your world. As the grove itself unveils, you'll find these cute little bear ghosts that just help you. They'll introduce you to the world you're in while giving you sound advice for gameplay and, honestly, life. I love the crayon bear. He's just so colorful and cute. He's the first one you meet and as a result is incredibly helpful. He's definitely the prettiest. How can you pass up on rainbow crayons? Cozy Grove Camp Spirit is becoming part of my daily routine. This game runs off of real time, so it's perfect to open, complete some tasks, and then continue on with my real day. It gives me a dose of productivity before I get my day started. Cozy Grove Camp Spirit is available exclusively for Netflix members with no ads, no in-app purchases, and no additional fees. Oh, I like that. On top of Cozy Grove, Netflix offers over 90 games as part of your membership. So sign up for Netflix starting at just $6.99 per month. Play Cozy Grove Camp Spirit and nearly 100 other games right now on the Netflix app. Now that we found a new cozy game to enjoy, it's time to get back to understanding the rise of the cozy games. As evidence from our sponsor today, there are a lot of cozy games out there. Thankfully, they aren't just all life sims, but of course many were very similar to the cozy games that we grew up with, like Stardew Valley. Even though it did everything way better than its inspiration, Harvest Moon, it was still more of the same. It was still what we already had, but it was incredibly fun. Now we have a boatload of genres that fall under the cozy game umbrella. We can have our own sticker business, there's cute city builders, puzzle games, just to name a few. There are so many opportunities for creative ways to get people to relax that just aren't the same shooting game. No matter how many started copies continue to release, at least cozy games are one of the genres that tries to do something a little bit different. Although I will say these indie developers, even without the cozy game umbrella, they're doing some good stuff. But why do we have so many of these sim games? The answer? New Horizons. The original cozy games, Animal Crossing, The Sims, and Harvest Moon, were all reasonably successful throughout their lifetime. But New Horizons was the one that really blew everyone out of the water. With over 40 million copies sold, all of a sudden there was a new audience for cozy games. Thanks to the new installment and COVID, 20 million Switches sold in 2020 alone. That's 20 million people that purchased a whole console most of them solely for Animal Crossing. I would say all of them, and I'm probably right in saying all 20 million only bought Animal Crossing, but we'll just say most of them. Developers saw this and apparently all decided that they also had a good idea for a cozy game, and boom, cozy games. So many everywhere you go. It's become a new trend to change up the gameplay from the combat that we've been used to. But is this just a trend? Or is this the start of a new genre of games that will persist for decades to come? We know there are a bunch of new video gamers thanks to New Horizons. The hope is that those people stick around with the new hobby that they found themselves in over lockdown. Hopefully there's a wealth of new people looking for something else to play, since New Horizons is officially the dead game according to the internet. Figuring out how to funnel these gamers to new titles is key. Because we have so many cozy games, naturally there are ones that stick out in a good way and some that stick out in an unfortunate way. It's a new category of video games, so there is a lot of trial and error going on, which isn't a bad thing. It's good to see what mechanics work and maybe learn from what doesn't and do something else completely. There's no set formula for a successful game, which is a good thing. It forces the devs to think outside the box when it comes to mechanics, even if they still do all include farming. We just can't escape farming, and honestly, I don't know if I want to escape farming. I really like farming. Eventually, only the good ones will survive, and we'll have a better formula as to what makes a good cozy game. There'll be trends that fail and some that stay. We're at the very beginning of this new leap into a genre, or I guess it's not really a genre, it's more like a category, and it's exciting to see how everything transforms over time. What works, what doesn't, and the new creative ideas developers have that continue to surprise us. Hopefully there's enough good to outweigh the unsuccessful tries, and the category isn't completely dead in a couple years. I want these types of games to be worth making so we can keep getting cool new things to play. Hopefully, cozy games aren't at their peak. I want the trend to turn into a full-blown genre and continue to thrive. At least COVID did one thing right. We have a ton of new games to experience. The rise of the genre is exquisite, and I love it. And I constantly want more. Do you think the cozy game trend will stick around, or will these games fall off eventually, just from lack of interest or being good? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!